Hey guys, please excuse my appearance. I am just getting over the flu, so that is why I look splotchy and nasty at the moment more than normal. But this week's exercise doesn't have a fun name for it. It's just using poles to do canter and trot transitions. So to set up the arena on either long side, you need a canter pole before and after the corner and a set of trot poles in between. And these dots signify the trotting, and then you'll pick up the canter after the trot pole before the canter pole, canter the short side, and then canter the other canter pole, and then pick up the trot and do the trot poles again. And you can do this as many times as in a row as you would like. Little Bucky here, that was actually his very first time cantering a pole. So that was really exciting for me. He did really well. We've been having a lot of issues with our canter in general, and he's starting to get some strength, and I was just very pleased that he waited and listened for me for the distance, because even canter poles, you need to get a distance to do the canter pole correctly, and he did that pretty much this whole entire time. So I use this exercise to kind of help introduce the concept of distances at the canter, cantering over an object, and then listening to me to come back down to a trot to trot another set of objects. I kind of broke it down to begin with, and you can see he's not the most straight thing in the world. He kind of tripped over that canter pole and got kind of wobbly to those trot poles. But then he picked up the canter pretty well and did that canter pole fairly well. His right lead tends to be his stronger lead. But like I said, he waited for his distance every time. And for the most part, he listened to me to get to the center of the pole. So what this exercise does is really helps you get the horse to the center of the poles and practice your transitions, as well as getting the correct distance stride. And here you can see he picked up the right lead and we were trying to do the left lead, so I just brought him back down to a trot before he completed that short side and just trotted this pole, and then I circled back again and tried it all over again, and then he finally picks up his left lead. He doesn't have a ton of trouble picking up leads, but his left lead is definitely his more troublesome lead. But that's why transition work is so important for him right now. He'll just improve with more time. Again, he picked up the right lead, but I just brought him back down and he was able to pick up the left lead to finish this out at. And here in a moment, I actually was not able to bring him back down to a trot, so I just kind of swerved around the trot poles and circled him back around and did it again. We ended after doing this last time because he did this last time pretty well. And for this being his first time ever doing canter poles ever, I thought it was a good spot to end at. But to make this exercise more challenging, you could do this several times in a row, or you could go across the diagonal and do flying lead chains across the diagonal and do it the other way. There's several ways you can make it more challenging. I hope you enjoyed this exercise. And